In this last tutorial, we're going to look at how we can create a OneDrive shortcut for any of your work within Teams. So it can be quite cumbersome sometimes when you do work across lots of different teams that you can't always access the files as quickly and easily as you would want. So what we can do is we can create a shortcut between a Teams channel file location and your own OneDrive. So for example, if I go back to that course that I was showing you earlier in the videos, I can go to Art and Design, and then I can find my course of mobile app development. If I select those breadcrumbs, I have this option to add a shortcut. This also appears at the top level, so if I went into that folder, I can click the breadcrumbs at the top and also add a shortcut here. So I'm actually going to go one layer backwards. I'm going to go to Art and Design, and I scroll down and find my course, select the breadcrumb menu, and select Add a Shortcut. Then a pop-up should appear saying that one has been created, and I can quickly link and go back to my files, but I'll show you how to do that manually. So I'm going to go to OneDrive, I'm going to go to My Files, and then I can see here that has created a shortcut to school-wide curriculum mobile app development. So what I can do is rename this. This won't affect anything within that folder. I'll change this to HS, just so it's a little bit longer, a little bit shorter. And I will make that red as well, just so I know that all my shortcuts are red. Now, as you might ask, what's the advantage of this? Well, the advantage is that anything that I create within here automatically syncs up to that space. And this gets into a little bit of our individual workflows. However, what I can do is to install the OneDrive client within my laptop, synchronize it with my desktop. So if I happen to have any files which I'd like to add to this folder structure, all I need to do is to drag and drop them into the folder, and they'll automatically sync up with Teams. So it's a good way that if you're working across devices, if you're trying to make sure that this is your working folder, that we can put this in the right place. One extra things I like to do when I'm working with these kind of courses is to also drag this up onto my sidebar within macOS. So now anytime I'm working on one of my 5 or 6 courses, I can select directly here, and I can ensure that I'm working in the place which is synchronized with the school-wide curriculum. So hopefully this little tip helps you with some of your personal workflows. But of course, if you're struggling with some of these workflows with the new system, make sure you do reach out to your tech coaches, and we can give you a little bit more in-depth help and help you work with some workflows that will work for you and your students. And I think that's my quota for saying work.